Hello, everybody, and welcome. Thanks for clicking on my video. Appreciate it. I just want to say really quickly that if you like what you hear, or if you don't like what you hear, drop a like, a dislike, whichever, a comment, a critical one, or a compliment, whatever. Doesn't matter to me. And if you want to hear more, drop a subscribe. But that being said, let's get right to it. Yesterday's loss to Atlanta was a little bit more than just disappointing. It was outright disgusting, at least to me. They talked all week about not allowing themselves to let their guard down as in regards to a trap game. And, they say all the right things in the media, but, in the end, the actions speak louder than words. And, the coach was even worried about it. And I myself thought about it all week that the Niners would maybe fall victim to it. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened yesterday. Atlanta is a talented team, especially offensively, but they're not world beaters. And to see Julio Jones do what he did yesterday, to pretty much a one-man show on the Falcons beat us, that was a tough pill to swallow. And that's actually one of my first points is I want to talk about the defense. I saw a Facebook post about Robert Saleh. I belong to a 49ers fan group. And the guy said that Saleh isn't effective without a loaded roster and that he's overrated. And I personally believe that. I believe that a lot of the talent that we had earlier in the year before all the injuries hid a lot of his defensive flaws. I personally feel he's a one-trick pony defensively. I don't see adjustments, and yesterday was a huge, huge red flag as far as that goes. I mean, you have one man pretty much beating you on Atlanta, nobody else. And I never saw any adjustments whatsoever. Kyle Shanahan said they put bracket coverage on him, but I do not believe that whatsoever. He continually made catches on, big plays after big plays. And, you didn't see any type of adjustment as far as, maybe bump and run with him or switching Akello Witherspoon to that side. Nothing. And with the Niners being without all these pass rushers, you would think that they might want to dial up some sort of exotic blitzes or just something different. And nothing. None of that happened yesterday. I seen a team that was lifeless, without emotion. The crowd was into it huge, but it's like they left everything that they had in the tank last week in New Orleans, and they never moved on. And, it's funny, you talk all you want in the media about avoiding trap games and that, they're professionals and they won't allow that to happen. And that's exactly what happened. And it's discouraging. It definitely gives me cause for concern going forward. Just defensive wise, they're not getting to the quarterback. And when they do, they're rushing past him. They're allowing a guy like Matt Ryan to rush for a huge amount of yards on a quarterback scramble. I mean, come on. Like, you got to be better than that. I mean, that was just disgusting to watch and infuriating to watch. If you can't run your defense without a loaded roster, I just think that you're an overrated defensive coordinator, and that's what I'm seeing from him. I personally was never a big fan of his. I got caught up in the emotion just like everybody else when this season started. But I think that had more to do with just the amount of, talent that we had. Being without Ronald Blair and DJ Jones and Dee Ford and Quan Alexander and Jaquiski Tartt and Richard Sherman, I mean, it showed yesterday. It definitely showed. I feel like, personally, this team is trending in the wrong direction, at least on the defensive side of the ball. As far as the offense goes, and that's where I'll go to next, that was very disappointing yesterday. I mean, other than George Kittle, that was just that was just an embarrassment, really. I mean, if you look at the way the game went, I think he received 17 targets, and the next closest player had 3. I mean, I don't know what was going on yesterday, but I felt like Shanahan was struggling too, play calling wise. I felt like he wasn't his strongest game, play calling wise. Jimmy Garoppolo looked super erratic yesterday. He looked, I don't know, it was like a one-read deal yesterday. He would like quickly look off whoever he was looking at to drop it to Kittle. I mean, which is fine. I mean, Kittle was killing him. So I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But still, I mean, it's confusing because they don't carry it from week to week. This team, they don't make a lot of sense. You go 1 week and you're thinking, man, if the offense plays like this all year or the rest of the year with the defense struggling, we'll be okay. And then you go into the next game and they don't carry any of that over, and the offense looks lethargic. The running game was spotty. I mean, there was some good plays at time, but I feel overall there was just a lack of emotion, a lack of energy yesterday. And this team hasn't accomplished anything. Backing into the playoffs is not what I think any of them wanted. They can talk all they want about how they're mad and upset when in the locker room, but do something about it. Do it on the field. Step up, make plays. They had their chance. Atlanta just wanted it more. Atlanta was playing spoiler yesterday. And, as of yesterday, they affected the 49ers playoff seeding. The Niners still have a chance, though, to write their own destiny. They got to win the next 2 games, and they get the number 1 seed. It's simple as that. You can talk all you want about what you want and what you want to happen, or you can just go out there and do it. Everybody's hurt. Everybody's got injuries. So Robert Saleh's got to pick his game up defensive coordinator-wise and start calling some better defensive calls, because what he did yesterday and against Baltimore and against New Orleans is not going to cut it. I'm sorry. You got to make adjustments. You can't run the same plays. You have different players out there. You're struggling with injuries. You got to make adjustments, and until that happens, I'm worried. One of my last points I want to make was about the wide receiver core yesterday. They left a lot to be desired out there. Kendrick Bourne, Deebo Samuel, Emmanuel Sanders. Not a real good effort yesterday. You could say what you want about Jimmy locking in on George Kittle yesterday, but that was a piss poor effort. Nobody really got open. Jimmy constantly fed the ball and forced it to Kittle. And if you want to make a move in the playoffs, you want to make noise. Like I said, this team hasn't accomplished anything, and resting on your laurels because of one good season that's not even over yet is a big mistake. Hopefully everybody was humbled by this performance, and moving forward, we'll see a better 49ers team. My other last point is defensively. I mean, Eric Armstead is kind of fallen by the wayside, and DeForest Buckner too. I am not seeing anything. I feel bad because he personally takes a lot of credit for, the 49ers defense struggling. And if you listen to his press conference yesterday, he blamed himself, but it's not all on Bosa. Other guys got to step up. It's just a piss poor performance. We haven't accomplished anything, and yet these guys are playing as if we already locked up the 1 seed. If you want to lock up the 1 seed, you got to win out now, and you can't make excuses for who you don't have on the field, injuries, whatever. It's time to put your big boy pants on and go out there and do it. And if they want to make a move in the playoffs, then that's what they got to do. It's all on them. Their destiny is in their own hands. They control it. We'll wait and see. I'm not extremely. I'm not gonna lie. I'm worried. I'm not extremely confident right now in this team. I feel like they're trending in the wrong direction. Even though they beat New Orleans last week, that was a struggle. So you got to play your best football this time of year, and the 49ers are, I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thanks for clicking on the video. If you like if you like what you hear, drop a like. If you don't, drop a dislike, a comment. And if you like what you hear and you want to hear more, give me a sub. All right, everyone. Talk to you later. See ya.